Much. Joining me now from the border state of Texas, Republican Congressman Michael Burgess. Thank you very much for talking to us, and Happy New Year to you.
Thanks for having me on, Julie. Thank you.
You know, we just heard from the president in that exclusive interview with Fox. He remains at the White House this New Year's Eve as he did on Christmas. However, many Democrats, they're out of town, and that's one of the several reasons why the president blames them for this continuing shutdown, which doesn't seem to be changing until after January 3rd. Any chance for a compromise before then?
Well, I think the time for compromise before January 3rd has probably passed us by. It is interesting that they did finally put out their so-called rules package that will have their attempt at opening the government. They do require a 72-hour observation period before passing anything, so they were right up against their own 72-hour imposed deadline.
Yeah, there haven't really been any substantive talks between Democrats and Republicans, really. I mean, they're just, you know, going in there and talking with no real urgency or sense of urgency to get anything done. But back on December 22nd, when Senate Minority Leader Charles Schumer and the Vice President Mike Pence sat down, the chances there were pretty unlikely that they'd be hammering out a deal. What do you make of these two actually trying to come in the 11th hour? Unlike former Vice President Joe Biden and Senate then Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, these two literally don't see eye to eye on anything. I mean, Pence's request for roughly half the $5 billion for the wall was quickly dismissed. Is there any hope for a border wall and construction to commence in 2019?
Well, I agree with the president. Border security is the #1 issue, and it is critical that he be provided the funding that he needs to execute and get the job done. It has been dismaying to see the obstacles that have been put in front of the president. I mean, he's trying to protect the nation. He's trying to protect the country, which is all what we all swore an oath to do, to defend our nation. And defense of that southern border is national security. You
know, Schumer accuses the president of flip-flopping on this deal. But Schumer is the one that actually backed out. The Democrats came out with a $1.6 billion bid for border security. Now he's come down to $1.3 billion. Here's Democratic New York Congressman Hakeem Jeffries on ABC this week trying to justify, and I want your reaction to why Democrats just don't want to pay up. Listen.
Yes, we need comprehensive immigration reform. Yes, we need to enhance border security, but we are not willing to pay $2.5 billion or $5 billion in wasting taxpayer dollars on a ransom note because Donald Trump decided that he was going to shut down the government and hold the American people hostage.
I mean, is this over the shutdown, or is it over Democrats' promise that they're not going to give in to this wall? And what's it going to take? I mean, 2 migrants from Honduras, both dead, children, because of this. And on top of that, a California police officer was killed by an illegal immigrant. I mean, what more do the Democrats need to see that this money is needed?
The money is needed. The president should get his money. And here's a way forward. I mean, the State Department appropriation is also included in those cabinet positions that have not been funded. Take the money that was to go to Mexico and Central America, front the money to the wall, get border security established. You really cannot move forward without establishing border security. All of the other talk about reform for DACA and Dreamers, all we are doing is making the problem worse. We're compounding a problem that exists today and making it worse tomorrow.
What are the political stakes for both sides here?
Well, the political stakes are the Democrats do not want to give Donald Trump a win at any price. Their whole objective is to see him defeated in 2020. And as a consequence, this is one of the battles that you're going to see. I'll tell you, I've just been astounded at how people have talked down the economy in the past 3 or 4 weeks, trying to drive one of the accomplishments out of Donald Trump's hands that he rightly has, he rightly lays claim to, is that the economy has done well under his pro-growth agenda.
All right, Congressman Burgess, great to see you tonight. Have a happy New Year.
Thank you.
Here with more.
Thank you, you too. Thanks for having me.
Rachel Campos.